Hello viewers, you are watching GAM Television and my name is Veronica from the camp as usual. And today I want us to talk more about mantle workers who have loved ones who has problem with depression and mental problems. You know, mostly we mention mantle workers and we are looking always at the physical side of the sickness. Maybe the loved one is in a row stool, in a wheelchair, or he's having some sickness that is really known by everyone. They feel okay, this a mantle zoric because it's really taking care of someone who is really sick. But when it comes to depression and mental problems, we don't really consider this kind of mantle workers and we don't really pay much attention to them because it's more inside. This is what today I want us to talk about, and I have my guest who is prepared to open up and share her own story. Viewers, help me welcome my guest to the studio. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you for also giving me this opportunity. It means a lot to me.
It has been a while.
That's true.
Where have you been all this time?
Mommy, I have been here.
Really?
Yes, I have been here. I have been here.
Wow. Can you tell my viewers a bit about yourself and what you do?
Okay. My name is Ohemaa Boatemaa, and I used to be in the GAM group, and I think I left about like 15 years now.
Yes.
And I went to hide myself and put myself together, and I made a decision to come back again and to educate our people and also help somebody out there, and share my experience of what I've been going, what I went through all the 15 years I left the camp group.
Wow.
Yes.
You mentioned Ohemaa. Are you now a queen mother? Or because I knew it back then as Joyce.
Joyce, that's true.
So, yeah. Where does the Ohemaa come from now?
Okay, my mom is Asante and half. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know whether if they are from Volta, but at the same time like Fulani. You know, they just isolated themselves in let's say behind Volta side, and my mom's side, she's from the royal home there.
Yes.
So there is where I got the name Ohemaa from.
So now my queen mother. Oh, that is great. From the royal family. Since you left GAM,
Yeah,
15 years now,
I know. It's a long time, Mommy.
what has been going on with your life?
A lot. I think I left GAM when I was like 25 at that time. And from that time, I was going through so much. I had my personal issues, relationship issues, and it was too much for me. So I had no choice than to hide myself and to find myself, because I was in medical what they would say out of balance. So it means you are there, but your mind is not functioning very well. Now let me make this thing clear. When we talk about somebody having mental disorder, doesn't necessarily mean the person is mad or going mad. sometimes when you are having mental disorder, you can be sad, you'll be crying, you don't want to associate yourself with people, you don't want to mingle yourself with anybody, you isolate yourself from your family, your friend. So I was in that process. I was at that time, that was what I was going through.
What age?
I think it started when I was 26.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was 26 is when it started.
So, how did you deal with it?
It was a very difficult time for me because at that moment I was inside a dark hole. I didn't know where I was. I needed to find myself back up again to become the person I was.
How did you do that?
When it started, I didn't know that I was having depression. So I was battling with myself. I was forcing myself to be okay. But the harder I force, the more I fall back. So I didn't know what was going on with me. For example, when I dropped my daughter to school, I closed the curtains, I off the television. I would just sit on the same place, looking at the wall for like it will be maybe the whole day doing nothing, just looking at the wall.
How did you get help?
So a friend of mine who was facing the same issues, he confronted me with his own. Well, he was my friend and he was having panic attacks and fierce attacks. And because we were very close, when he is facing that challenge, he called me and be shouting. And I'm like, what's all this?
So that's how you were okay.
No, I was not
Also
okay. For me, it was coming. For me, what was coming. Till I also confronted him one day and I said, listen, I am facing this. I am not happy. I don't eat. I can't sleep. I feel down. And he was like, you know what? You need to go to the house doctor. They will help you. And I was like, house doctor? They can't help me. So I walked with this depression for like 1.5 years. Then I fall down totally, that I couldn't help myself anymore. Then I start looking for help.
Great. I'm so happy. The end of the story, you started looking for help.
Yes.
And you got the help.
Yes.
And now, with your experience,
yes,
you want to bring yourself out there,
yes,
and help other people.
Yes.
What do you do now?
Okay. After I got help,
yeah,
and I was getting better, I sat down and I was like, hey, there's a lot of people facing this problem and they don't know that they are depressed like I didn't know. And there are a lot of people facing this challenge, they are not looking for help. And if you don't look for help and it continues, at the end of the day, what will happen to you is you go totally out of balance. That is when there will be no help. Or there will be help, late. But to be too late. Let me say it like that.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, good. I was depressed for 6 good years. 6 years, mommy. And after I get out, I said, I'm going back to school.
Great.
I'm going to learn more about it, and then help others to also to come out of that challenge.
So were you able to do that?
I did it.
And at the moment?
That's what the work I do.
So what do you do exactly?
Okay, my work is like a social worker.
Yeah.
In English, it is a welfare servicer. In Dutch, it's dienstverlening, but it's big.
Yeah.
It has categories, but I choose to work with people with mental disorder. So I started working in let's say in people with, that are addicted with drugs. people who think they are not important in the society, people who think they are worthless, they are nothing. So I started working in a bureau like that to help them, encourage them, to make them feel that, hey, it's not too late. As long as you are alive, you can do whatever you want to do.
Great.
So during the school, that's what I did. And after I finished school, what I do is I go to people's house, and then we'll be talking one-on-one like this. And I help people that are in serious depression, that for 15, I know people that are 20 years depressed, people that lost their loved ones, their husband, their wife, people that are facing challenge with kids that are depressed and the parents don't know how to deal with them.
When you were going through that, let me take you a bit back. Where were your parents then?
My father was here,
Yeah.
but it took a while before I informed him.
See.
But
Well, viewers, based on that, this is something that parents, that's what I'm saying, Mantis can go through, because our girls, especially, I can say, the boys are there too, but more of the girls, they get to some stage. You, the mother yourself, you see that something is wrong, but they won't open up. They won't talk to you. And then you'll be struggling with this because you don't know how to help. And you become helpless. So, as you are saying, your father was not really aware what you were going through.
Yes.
So, which means, he didn't even know how to come in because you are not talking.
Exactly. And even after I told him, he didn't know how to how to behave around me or how to handle it. He didn't have any knowledge about it. He didn't know what he has to do, and he was just being a father. But at that time, I needed more than a father.
Professional help.
Exactly.
Joyce, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Mom.
You came out of something and you decided to make a profession out of it.
Yes.
To help others.
Yes.
Great. My Ohemaa. Oh. Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
What can you tell the youth out there when they fall into such situation?
Yeah, what I can say is that when you are depressed, most of the time, people around you think you are exaggerating. Now, for example, mine, I was having fierce attack, hyperventilation, and panic attacks. They are all three different things. Now, hyperventilation is when you cannot breathe. And then when you can't breathe, it will start giving you mental signal. And when it starts giving you mental, your mind will tell you are going to die, you are going to die, you are going to die, you are going to die. And then when it started like that, you start having the panic that you are going to die. You start sweating. You sometimes some people will, let's say they will ease air, like you understand, because you start developing gas in your
so that's also a sign of
fears,
of the fears,
Okay. So then that is the panic. Then after the panic, you start being panicked, and then the next thing you start shouting, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. And then all of a sudden it disappears. Then you become normal person again. You see how it is. So it was a very difficult. Imagine, I was a mother at that time. I wasn't having any help. No, there was no friend, there was nobody. There was only one lady, which I really appreciate her with so much in me. Her name is Agnes Tiwa. She was there for me throughout that process.
So you always need somebody to be there
and
for you.
And she was the only person who understood me at that time. So when you are having, for example, if a person is with you who is having panic attack, and the person starts shouting, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. you need to hold the person and then tell them, no, you're not going to die. You are strong. You have a strong heart. You start speaking positive words into the person's mind, and then all of a sudden the fear will just disappear. So that's how it works. So when mine starts, the lady will start singing with me, or when if she doesn't sing, she'll say, Ekuya, you are strong. You are beautiful. You will never die. You will not die at this young age. You have a strong heart. And then all of a sudden the fear will just subside and I'll be normal. How did she get the knowledge? Anytime I get panic, I run from my house straight to the house doctor and she will follow me. And the doctor gave her the advice and what to do. So anytime when it happens, she do that, I get better. And for a year, she was helping me through it. And with her help, and with the help of doctors and specialists, I came out of it.
Viewers, you see, this is something we should also take with us. When you are going through something, it gets to a time you can't handle it alone. You need to seek for help. In Ohemaa's case, the friend was there to help. Ohemaa, what can you tell parents who will be watching you at this moment? Because my own experience, I can see that this kind of situation, parents, even when they see it, most of them want to just cover it up. You know, it's a serious thing that you have to get help for your child at that moment. But depression and going through this mental thing, people always run it up, as you said. Somebody will think that my child is crazy, my child is mad, so it's better I just try to cover it here at home, and then it gets worse. So what advice do you have for parents?
Well, what I can say is this. For example, mommy, when your hand is broken, you can see that it's broken. You put bandage. Everybody would know that your hand is broken, so you cannot use this hand. But when you are mentally ill, I can look beautiful like this, but mentally I'm facing a serious challenge that nobody knows. So when, for example, when a child is with the mother and she started being sad, she started feeling bad, she started crying, and she started being aggressive, she started having anxiety, most of the time they think the child is exaggerating.
What's wrong? Yes, they say, why you but
they think the child is exaggerating. So most of the time it's not that the child is exaggerating. At that time you need to draw closer to your child and ask your child what exactly is going on with you. Talk with your child. Maybe there is something wrong that she's not saying, and because she's not saying, she will keep on thinking about the problem she's facing at that time, and then because she's thinking about it, it can lead her into something else. So I would advise parents, when you see that your daughter or your son is locking themselves in the room, not coming close to you, you see her being sad, when you ask her, she said there is nothing. When you see her not eating well, sleeping well, or not talking much, draw closer. Ask them what is wrong. And if they say, I don't know, most of the time you don't know what is really wrong with you, because it's a mixed feelings. So when it is like that, is the best advice I can tell you is bring your daughter to the house doctor. Let the house doctor talk with your child, and whatever help that she needs, they will offer her. And people should not think that, oh, when I go to the house doctor, is it not paracetamol they will give me, they will do this. No, they are helps. They are helps that you can get that will make your child, instead of ignoring your child, he will start finding favor in drinking, in smoking, and then totally out of balance. Then you can't do anything about it anymore.
Thank you so much, Joyce. I think this shouldn't be the end.
No.
Because you've experienced it.
Yes.
You seek for help.
Yes.
And you made a profession out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me say this across, Mom. For somebody to have courage and listening to the program, I would like to say that depression is not only for kids. It can happen to a man, it can happen to a woman and a child. Especially most of the time the teenagers are the one facing these stuffs. Now it can also, you might not have a problem, but as a woman you are close to your menopause. You can also have depression because you are close to your menopause.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, depression will also start in.
Okay.
So it is a categories, and we're going to talk about it to educate people that depression is not only for somebody who is mad or no. Depression is not madness, and nobody should feel shy about it and go to your house doctor and talk about it. But if you keep shy, if you think you are shy and you keep it to yourself, it will get worse, and then later. And also people who smokes weed, drink alcohol, a lot of alcohol can also get into depression. Okay. Yes, because there is this cells in our brain which connect to normal thinking. So when that cells is a little bit damaged, you can't think normal. So sometimes when the person stop the drinking and stop the smoking, it will start developing a new cells that will help the person. So it's like a line, and in between the line there is a damage. So this is, you think normal. When you get to the place where you have to continue thinking normal now, then something will start happening there. The depression will start coming. So the cells will not have the chance to go to the other side. So then you get stuck in the middle. So when the person stop drinking or stop smoking weed, that middle will start healing, the cells will start growing back, and then you can start getting that part of your brain, you can get it back.
That is big. Joyce, viewers, we shouldn't wait until it's too late. What's your last advice to my viewers?
My last advice is depression is a common and a normal thing that can happen to anybody. But medically, it's a serious illness that sometimes it can lead to suicide. Now, my advice is when you check yourself, your inner being, you see that you are crying too much, you isolate yourself from people, you don't want to talk to people, you reject calls, you don't talk to your friends, you don't eat well, you don't sleep well, you don't function well during the day, then I would say it is an alarming to start going to see your house doctor and tell him exactly what you feel, and just follow their instructions, and at the end of the day you will also get yourself. And the most important thing, if you don't want to have a therapy, what I would say is that find somebody who you can trust, and you'll be able to pour out what you are going through. It doesn't have to make sense, because being depressed, all you say doesn't sometimes make sense. And when I say doesn't make sense, doesn't mean the person is mad, but you will not know what to say and say like, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling happy, I don't know what to do. It doesn't have to make sense, as long as you can trust the person, pour your heart out to the person. It helps a lot. It helps you to release the tension in your mind, and you start being yourself again. So my advice, find trustful person, find someone you can trust, go to your house doctor and follow the instruction and the help they will give you. Take it and it will help you. That's all I can say.
Look for someone you trust, seek for help, and take the help. Don't wait until it's too late. I think today Ohemaa has given us much information, and we are really going to take it, and this is going to help us. Thank you, viewers, for watching. I'm Veronica van der Kamp, your host, and I've been speaking to
Ohemaa Boatemaa.
Stay tuned and see you next time. Well, viewers, that was episode 1 of My Son is Fine. We are going to bring you more. This is just the beginning, you know. So every Saturday 4 o'clock on GAM TV, you can't miss it. And episode 1, hey, was my Lydia so jealous of the sister's husband? Because the way she was just warning her to be careful, and stepfather and stepdaughter kind of thing. But also along along the line, the way James was looking at the stepdaughter, that was not appropriate too. So was the sister right? Or was he just looking at it so that he can discipline her? Or was he looking at it for his own good? Was he taking the appetite for himself? Ugh. Well, to know more, let's see what episode 2 has for us, because you can't miss this, because it's so confusing. The sister is warning sister, and the same thing she's talking about, we are seeing signs. Ew. And what's going on in my Lydia's home also? Well, viewers, episode 2 of My Son is Fine will be on GAM TV next week, 4 o'clock. You can also watch it on YouTube, on Staten GAM YouTube, if in case you miss it. You can also watch it on my own page, my Facebook page, Veronica van der Kamp, and also on Staten GAM Facebook page. Stay tuned, and we have a lot to bring to you. This series will make a difference in your life.